Well, hello there. Welcome to the basement. Hope everyone has had a good week, or at least a good day. But, fellow nerds, we have made it. The week is over. It's Saturday night. And it's time to reward ourselves. So grab yourself something to sip on. Light yourself something to puff on. Sit back and relax. Smash the like button. And get ready to get nerdy. Because it is that time. And that time is the Saturday Night Chill. Hello there. What the fuck? Hello there, everybody. Welcome to the basement. Do not adjust your settings. There's nothing wrong with the picture. I am wearing glasses. I said, fuck contacts. They're abusing my eyeballs. I'm tired of them. Glasses is what I've worn most of my life. And I'm going back for a minute. So, there they be. And now I've realized that I have to somehow fix my lighting to where you're seeing my temples and not this tapestry shit. But yeah, so excuse me. Who do we got in here? Alan, what's up? David, Sci-Fi Quest, nice. Good evening, nerds, connoisseurs of nerdy content. How is everybody? My chat looks like the War of 1812. There's more Brits than Americans right now. It's like you're trying to come back and take back over. Seriously, how is everybody? Yes, Alan, that's correct. All good? Good. I am doing okie dokie. There's the fudge ripple. There we go. how shall I put this? Some shit happened this week. I became unexpectedly unemployed, but, you know. I have means and ways of not completely going under. So it's cool. And now I'm like really trying to stay on the bright side of this shit. But, you know, now I have the opportunity to look for a job more commensurate with, like, you know, what I enjoy doing and will not hurt my body so goddamn much. God, wow, 2 viewers already? Motherfuckers. You know, so that's on the plus side. On the minus side, you know, I gotta, you know, hustle a little extra harder because I don't have guaranteed regular paychecky type stuff, so I gotta get my side hustle's got to be my main hustle for a while. But, you know, just like anything else, the grind we'll get through. We'll grind, and it'll be aight. Eventually. But on a much more amusing note, we had a family gathering for birthdays today at this restaurant called BJ's. You're still feeling yucky, David? That blows. Hey, man, if you fall asleep, you fall asleep, dude. Your health is much more important than listening to me blather about, you know, stuff. So, get your rest and get well. Yeah. Yeah, get your rest and get well, man. But, where was I? Oh, yeah, so we had a, thanks, Quest and David. We had, oh, you're welcome, man. We had, we had a family gathering for birthdays today at a restaurant called BJ's. And our server, dear Lord in heaven, this dude was such a bro. Like, he opened his mouth like, hi there. My name is, I don't know what the fuck his name was anymore because the second he started talking, I didn't care what his name was. Honestly, he was, bruh. Hey, I'll be taking care of you tonight. Can I start you guys off with something to drink? Okay, perfect. With the side smile and everything. Oh, great. Good choice. My personal favorite is, you know, fill in the blank with whatever stupid shit he's supposed to put in the script. This dude, it was so hilarious. I was trying so hard to be good, and I made it. But sweet Jesus, this dude was a walking meme, and I wanted to mock him. I wanted to mock him so badly. I mean, the technical aspects of, he was very good at the technical aspects of the job. Like, you know, when he took the order, he came around to each one of us individually. Like, even when he was getting the drinks, he came around to each one of us individually to get our drink. And then when his entree time, he came around and got those individually and, you know, checked the table often enough to make sure no one went thirsty or, you know, anything like that. Got sides of dressing and whatnot. So he was good at all that shit. But every time he opened his mouth, I wanted to burst out fucking laughing out loud because I can't do a good enough impression of him. But basically take Bill and Ted Keanu and then... Actually, no, I take that back. Take Point Break Keanu and turn it down maybe 2 notches. And then stick him in any frat house in the nation anywhere. I mean, I'm trying to be a better person and not be super judgy, but sweet Jesus. Oh, this kid. Like haircut, expression, he was a stereotype. He was a meme of bro culture. Like he wasn't like super gym ripped or anything. He was in shape, but he wasn't like, you know, tank top cut to damn near a bikini bodybuilder kind of bro. He's like frat house bro. So he had a twisted cassette in his head, kinda. But it was fucking hysterical. And also so difficult to not laugh in his face every time he spoke a word. That would have been mean. And he didn't do anything wrong. He just was a meme, a stereotype. Like, you couldn't have gotten a more accurate living representation of that shit. He probably wouldn't know what a cassette is. He might not. What do you think? He maybe 21 to 24 tops. Yeah, no. So yeah, he probably would not know what a cassette is. He may have heard the word. Guarantee he wouldn't recognize one on sight. Be like, "What's that? Looks kind of weird." Be like, "That's what your parents grew up listening to and watching. Shit used to be literally on tape. Narrow audio tape, somewhat wider videotape. All brown fucking tape." But yeah, so that was actually that was a pretty entertaining lunch. The food was really fucking good too, like straight up. This is the kind of shit that Applebee's wishes it put out. Like, it's got kind of a pseudo Applebee's atmosphere in that place, but the food is like 6-7 notches above what you would get there minimum. Like, just the presentation, I felt like I was at a restaurant that Food Network was profiling. I shit you not. It was like kind of like the salads came out at that level of presentation, and like my stepdaughter's friend Saray was there with us, and she got this ahi tuna salad, and they had the tuna fucking like perfectly, like, it had seasonings crusted on the outside and like seared into the outside. You could tell they like just took the salmon and dipped it in the crust and then fucking threw it in a hot ass pan and just seared that fucking crust on and flipped it real quick and seared that fucking crust on and called it a day because it was just perfectly pink in the middle and just, you know, perfectly layered on the outside of the salad with all the extra toppings. Like, it was like, I shit you not, it felt like, you know, a restaurant that like Bobby Flay would open. It had that, like, the food had that look and that vibe, and when I got to put it in my mouth, it had that taste too. Holy shit, that shit was good. Whoo, boy. That was yummy. Bring back VHS. Hey, you know what? Somewhere I've got, I'm 98% sure on VHS, still the theater cuts of the original trilogy without all George's fulfilling of his vision. So yeah, I need to get my paws on a VCR. Actually, I got to find those first to make sure I still have them. And then I need to get my paws on a VCR and hope they survive. Excuse me. So, I figured before we got into, like, you know, the true nerdy business, I would share that fun little story because, well, it's a fun little story. Collector's items now, right? Yeah, well, not in the shape the case I have is in, but yes. My own copies are not collector's items, but those items in and of themselves, yes. That is for damn sure. But yeah, I decided I wanted to share it. It was just so amusing. I had to tell you guys about that shit. Because it's just fun. And hanging in the basement is all about fun. In this particular basement, it happens to be mostly about nerdy fun. But occasionally, when you spend an hour and a half being served by a meme, you got to share that shit too. But yeah, we actually have, you know, some nerdy shit to talk about. Iger came out and flat out said, oh yeah, we canceled some stuff. Quietly. Now, I think most of the names that have been out there are speculation in regards to what has actually been canceled and what hasn't, but who doesn't love to speculate? And who doesn't love to say what should be on the list? I know I love to do both. So we got that. We obviously have, well, Zack Snyder caused a bit of a kerfluffle with some stuff he said on the Joe Rogan Experience. At least it was a bit of a kerfluffle on the social medias anyway. So we got that to talk about because it's a little bit deeper than what it appeared to be at first. Shocker, huh? Something turns out to be much more involved than a tweet. Who'da thunk it? And of course, in a tragic blow to nerds everywhere, whether or not they were into that kind of thing, the creator of Dragon Ball passed away on March 1st. It was not announced till March 8th. His family kept it private. And kept it quiet so they could, you know, do everything they needed to do as a family without a bunch of hoopla surrounding it. And I don't fucking blame them for that one bit. Especially since, you know, Akira Toriyama, being the creator of Dragon Ball, was easily one of the most famous people in Japan, period. Not just like, you know, in anime and manga, but period. So, I'm not one that's been big into anime, but I know a fairly large chunk of the nerddom is. So, and like there are plenty of anime lumbers in my family now. My son-in-law and his brother being a couple of them. I actually was going to have my son-in-law say a few words, but he ended up having to work tonight. Bummer. But that's definitely something I want to talk about because, again, whether you are or are not into anime, you fucking know what Dragon Ball is. You've seen people in the shirts. You've seen the stickers of Goku and Vegeta in their pokey-ass hair and going all Super Saiyan. Just you've seen it. Like, Dragon Ball in its own way is just as culturally relevant as Star Wars, even here in the West. I mean, really, Dragon Ball is one of the big things that opened up anime to the West. So, Quest says the older anime is cool. A lot of the newer anime, not so much. You're not the first person I've seen / heard say that. And like I said, I'm coming at it from an outsider's point of view, but I mean, it's impossible not to recognize how culturally significant Dragon Ball has been worldwide, and how big a blow to the community that Mr. Toriyama's passing actually is. So we'll talk about that. And, anything else that really comes up. Although here's kind of a fun little one. I wish Justin was in here already if he's able to come in tonight. If he can make it. But I could totally trigger him about Sony. Because I'm totally gonna... We gotta talk a little bit about Sony real quick. Because, believe it or not, they are somehow achieving greater levels of stupidity than they've managed to this point. See if I can find it. Okay, yeah, it'll be before that. Give me a second here. Well, yeah. Probably would have gotten in trouble if that had popped up on the YouTubes. Where is it? 24 minutes. Oh, shit. Okay. Wow. I didn't realize I've already been streaming this long. I'm like, where'd it go? Okay, now we're getting there. Okay. All right, you guys ready for Sony's latest bit of stupid? Dragon Ball was a phenomena that, yes, is still a phenomena. Like, it's going just as strong, if not stronger, than it's ever been lately. It's crazy. But, and if it was on a bit of a lull before, it's going to explode again, at least for a while now, because anyone that was like a dabbler is now going to be like, well, shit, there's never going to be anything new. I really need to know what's going on already. So I figure there's going to be a wee bit of an explosion in manga and anime content having to do with Dragon Ball. But Sony is really Sonying again. Oh my sweet Jesus. You guys ready for this shit? Here we go. Look at this stupidity. Okay, so I mean, it's rumored, but it's Sony, so it wouldn't surprise me. Here we go. Sony is rumored to be upset that Dakota Johnson has been quote-unquote dragging Madam Web and not taking any responsibility for the film's poor performance. Quote, lots of people at Sony are questioning her star power, and how she reacted to this failure will likely come back to haunt her. What? Oh, sweet Jesus. Sweet Jesus, help me. Oh, the stupidity. I don't know how Hollywood idiocy continues to astound me, but fucking A if it doesn't. Well, first of all, if you want to start getting on people's shit for dragging for dragging Madam Web, 1 week ago tonight, did not Sydney Sweeney say, you know me from whatever couple movies she's been in that were good? And then her next statement was, and you definitely did not see me in Madam Web. Is Sony bitching about that? Because that's just pretty much like a big old, yeah, I wish I was never in this movie, and I'm very sad that you will actually see me in this. Please pretend you don't see me in this. Except she just she summarized it. But that's basically what she meant. And they're crying about Dakota Johnson dragging the movie. She's been a hell of a lot more neutral than that, unless I missed something. But regardless, that's why the film has been performing poorly? No, Sony. No, Sony. No, Sony. That movie performed poorly because it was a disaster from concept. That's why it performed poorly. It wasn't even conceived well, much less than written well, designed well, produced well, shot well. They do have a bit of a gripe in that it also was not really acted well. But that is such a minor part of why this movie is such a piece of shit. I don't think, like, Shakespearean level acting could have saved this fucking movie. Hey, Stanleys, how you doing? Welcome in. Hit that like button. By the way, anyone that's lurking, if you have not yet done so, please hit the like button. And if you've made it this far into the replay, if you haven't hit the like button, please do so now. And also, please feel free to leave comments as you go along. Or, you know, hit a timestamp and what have you. Let me know your thoughts on what we were talking about. I would love to hear them. Well, read them. And let you know what I think of what you think. And we could have a think talk. Anyway. Why on earth didn't Sony just stick to TV, stereos, consoles, and headphones? Greed. Like, any of these questions may have different answers on the surface, but a lot of why do companies do these things can be boiled down to greed. When you get underneath everything else, all the whys and all the, you know, the accounting tricks and all the bullshit corporate lingo and all that crap, it all just boils down to greed. Plain and simple. And as we all know, as Star Wars fans, greed is the dark side. The ultimate selfishness. Greed. Greed for power. Greed for domination. Can someone remind me what company bought Sega again? Well, now that you bring that up, can someone remind both of us? Because I don't fucking know. But yeah, literally everything was wrong with Madam Web before one frame of that movie was shot. It was already doomed. Stanley's not sure why they thought Dakota has star power. What has she done since 50 Shades? Yeah, I don't know. Nothing that would have nothing that gained my attention. I mean, I can't speak for anybody else, but like, honestly, when they were first like, Dakota Johnson is going to be Madam Web, I'm like, the name's familiar. Then I Googled her and I was like, oh yeah, that chick. But yeah, she, I wouldn't really call her a box office draw. Like, honestly, if they were going to go on pure box office draw, Sydney Sweeney should have been the lead. Like, if we're talking like actual star power at the time of this movie's production, actually, when the hell did they film this movie? That might I might not be correct on that. Dakota Johnson still might have been more famous at the time, but that's definitely not the case anymore. Sydney Sweeney has much more star power than Dakota Johnson does now. Was that the case at casting / production? I don't know. I don't remember. Excuse me. But that's Sony's stance on this. Again, it's a rumor. Literally says so. Rumored. But, the fact there's no responsibility for her to take for the film's poor performance. Like, this is just ridiculous. Questioning her star power is just ridiculous because she didn't have much to begin with. She may have had the most out of the people, out of the cast at the time of, filming, but she never had real star power. And how she reacted to this failure will likely come back to haunt her. Oh no, Sony will never hire her again. I'm sure she'll be so upset. I mean, she was pissed at her manager, allegedly, because evidently none of them knew the difference between Sony Marvel and Marvel Studios, Marvel under Disney. For whatever reason, they all thought they were in an MCU movie. It's like, no, you're in Sony Marvel. That's not Disney Marvel Studios. 50 Shades More Famous. Yeah, maybe. That might be about it. 50 Shades More Famous. But yeah, Sony's just being completely fucking stupid on that one. But on the other hand, where'd it go? Why are you fucking with me? Oh, that's why. Because I actually need to be on my feed. Sony is doing something really fucking cool. Here it is. Well, that's only part of bigger news. As we scroll in. Keep them posts a scrolling. No, hello. Where is it? Damn, I didn't realize it was this far back. My apologies, folks. Should have bookmarked that motherfucker. Oh, hey, look. There's my post about this stream. Why don't y'all go share that shit? Please and thank you. Son of a bitch. Was it really this long ago? Swear Rickman doesn't post anything other than his Patreon links anymore. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh shit, this has got all the dates on it. This is even better. How about this one, folks? All the live-action Spider-Man films are re-releasing in theaters to celebrate Columbia Pictures' 100th anniversary. And, of course, as we all know, that's Sony Columbia, because Sony bought them. So here we go. That is all 8 of them puppies, because there was not an Amazing Spider-Man 3 because, well, people didn't go watch the first 2. Oh, looks like they're going weekly, starting April 15th. So we get the Tobey trilogy starting April 15th, on the 15th, the 22nd, and the 29th. Now, what I have not seen anything on is whether it's like you just get the one for the week and then that's it, or just a weekend, or I don't know what the deal with that is, but they're coming out weekly. Starting April 15th. The Tobey trilogy, the 2 Adams. Adams? What the fuck am I saying? Andrews, the 2 Andrew Garfields, and then then the 3 Tom Hollands. Well, the 2 Tom Hollands and the one with all 3 of them in it at the very end. So really, Toby's still in the lead because he's been in 4 while the other 2 have only been in 3. But, of course, then again, Holland has Civil War, so. But yeah, how sick is this, though, folks? Quest says, star power. Can we see what she's been in other than 50 Shades of Madam Web? Because off the top of my head, that's it. What star power? Yeah, well, the star power of being naked for 3 movies. I don't know. Someone IMDb that chick. See if she's made anything of actual consequence. Because for her sake, I really actually hope so. Oh, that's what that is? Oh, okay. I mean, that's probably a lot of it. Thanks, love. Yeah. The daughter of Don Johnson? Don Johnson and Melanie Griffith. Wait, you thought that was CGI in 50 Shades? No, that was her narrow, naked ass and that stuff. I mean, she's pretty, but she is, unfortunately, for those of us who like a little more meat, a little more substance to our ladies, she is built like 6 o'clock, so. Yes. It is going to be an awesome spring, people, and an expensive one, unless we only go to matinees. But how dope is this? Of course, real talk, I don't know if I'm going to go see Bad Times at the Royale. Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to go see Toby 3 in the theaters, though. Because that fucking BG scene, I was trying to melt into my seat at the theater the first time I went and watched that. I don't know. I don't know if I want to subject myself to that again. And like, that movie was just okay. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to force myself to do that. Bad Times at the El Royale. Oh, the only movie that you recognize that she's been in? Okay. Bad Times at the El Royale. Was that kind of like someone wanting to be Tarantino, but like action-y? Wasn't that kind of like the deal with that one? I have a vague recollection of that movie. Stretchy. But yeah, this is fucking awesome. Actually, you know what? Let me send this to my son-in-law real quick. Oh, y'all don't need to see what the fuck his shit is. Whoa, where's my messenger option here? Oh, well, whatever. I'll just retweet it so it's in my shit, then I'll send it to him later. Boop. Repost. All right, cool. But yeah, so Sony trying to blame her for using her star power to drag the movie, and then on top of that, questioning her star power in the first place because the movie's sucking, is just a double dose of Sony being more fucking stupid. Because, well, first of all, you can't have it both ways. Like, she can't have enough star power to drag the movie, but then not have enough star power to like elevate it all at the same. You just no. Either she didn't have the star power to elevate it, or she doesn't have the star power to drag it. She either has it or she doesn't. But on top of that, neither her nor anyone else's acting was the biggest problem in that movie. The biggest problem in that movie was it was a disaster from concept. Why a weekly re-release? Would a marathon not be better? You talking just like a rolling marathon? You jump in at any point? I mean, that would be cool. But a weekly release is probably to help them more easily gauge the interest in these characters. Do not misunderstand. This is not just a, yay, it's Columbia's 100th anniversary, so we're going to give you a shit ton of Spider-Man because we're cool. This is Sony evaluating the popularity of each Spider-Man and Spider-Man as a whole right now. Now, I imagine they were already planning this before Madam Web's release, but I'm also sure they're quite happy to see how much damage they've done to the Spider-Man franchise lately. And this will also help them gauge that. Like, have we pissed so many Spider-Man fans off that they're not even going to come watch this shit? So I imagine a weekly release is probably a lot of why they're doing it that way. Or all that stuff is a lot of why they're doing the weekly release. And of course, they have a better chance of making more money that way. Greed. Never forget greed. Greed. So, a weekly release is what they are not doing for Fallout on April 11th. No, they're dropping that whole show at once. Is that on? That's on Prime, right? Pretty sure that's on Prime. At least here in the States, it's on Prime. I don't know what it's going to be over there for you. Probably Prime still, right? You guys basically just have like Prime, Disney Plus, and something else that Jay and or you guys have both told me repeatedly that I still can't fucking remember, and it's not because I'm not listening. I swear. Where's the button? Boop. Alright, pause that there. Prime. Okay, cool. So, yeah, what y'all think? Like, is this just typical Sony, or have they achieved new levels of Sony-ness with this one? Because personally, I think they've actually managed to achieve new levels of Sony-ness. That's just me. What's up, Rob? Damn it, babe. I forgot to text Justin. I gotta do it tomorrow. What the fookity chookity choo choo? What about the shit I just fucking reposted, you motherfucker? Oh yeah, show all that shit. What the hell are you thinking? Yeah. What the hell? Alright, you know what? There's that one. Do, 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 do. I don't care about any of that shit right now. Oh. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Speaking of, Mariah says, hi, we cleaned the garage today. Hell. Absolute hell. Yeah? Probably partially trying to recoup some money from the fan of Madam Web. Yeah, probably a bit of that too, Stanley's. Would not surprise me. If anyone was curious, I just ran across this. Roadhouse has a 79% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm actually kind of surprised by the by that number being. I did not expect it to be that high. I'll just put it that way. Not from critics. I do expect actually a pretty high audience score on that one. Bailey the Beagle Hound says hi as he lays at your feet. Well, or on your feet. On your feet. Well, hello, Bailey the Beagle Hound. And on Daddy's feet is where you belong, so don't move. Did I really have to? Oh, yes, I did. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Wow, really? Has it been that long? What are you doing? Don't fuck with me right now. Sorry, I'm fixing something real quick. Do 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 do. All right, cool. So, Rob, we've only really talked about one thing so far. And Sony has done something really cool today. Nature's Foot Warmers, yes. Yes, they are. That is correct. And they announced something really cool today, and like there's also a rumor about them that makes them seem even more stupid than usual, and that's fucking saying something. So you ready? I'll show you real quick since we haven't gotten that far anyway. Here's number one. This is the dipshit stuff. I'll give you the cool stuff second. But here's the dipshit stuff. Sony is rumored to be upset that Dakota Johnson has been dragging Madam Web and not taking any responsibility for the film's poor performance. Quote, lots of people at Sony are questioning her star power, and how she reacted to this failure will likely come back to haunt her. I know you. I'm sure you have instantly seen on how many levels that is ridiculous. Please share your thoughts in the comments if your hands don't hurt too much from cleaning to type. Or if they're not too busy twisting or packing. Or what have you. Because her acting, whether shit or not, and what she said about the movie after its release have absolutely nothing to do with this poor performance. Not a fucking thing. That movie was screwed from concept. That's just fact. No movie can be this bad without it being screwed from concept. Shit just don't work that way. Dub Dakota, fuck Sony. There's my guy. Dude, I meant to text you today because we never talked about that other thing after your stream the other night, and I didn't. Well, mostly because I was job hunting, but I didn't. And we got to talk tomorrow, though, bro. We got to speak tomorrow. You gotta let me know what the fuck. But yeah, Sony is just being super stupid in this case. But hey, Justin, did you see the coolness? But yeah, Dub Dakota, fuck Sony. Well, Rob, while you're doing what you're doing, because I know you have a thought or two, I'll show you guys the cool news. Oh, here we go. Are you ready for coolness? All right, Rob says Dakota Johnson isn't the right actor for these roles. She doesn't have the star power of a Brie Larson, and Sony wrote a terrible script, horribly bungled basic Spider-Verse lore, and marketed it like an indie film and basically shit their pants in every conceivable way. Justin says, sounds good. We also have to talk about the other things stream-wise. Yes, Matt and Scotty are in. We just got to, between the four of us, coordinate a time. We are at the point of where we just need to coordinate a time now. Ooh, sorry, babe. She hates that shit. Most of the time I remember not to do that, but I forgot. But are you ready for, like, the cool thing Sony's doing? And it is unlikely that the entire reason they're doing this has to do with Madam Web, but I'm pretty sure they're probably happy about it regardless. All the live action Spider-Man films are re-releasing in theaters to celebrate Columbia Pictures' 100th anniversary. The release dates are as follows. Basically, they're releasing weekly starting April 15th. So you get the 3 Tobys, then the 2 Andrews, and then the 3 Toms. Oh, thanks, Mer. Appreciate it. My eyeballs are loving them too now that they've adjusted. And like I was saying before, the only one I don't know if I'm going to be able to, force myself through Spider-Man 3 in the theater again. That scene. No gang signs, Tony Stark. But that fucking staying alive scene with the hair and the dancing and the, I was trying to, that gif of Homer fading back into the bushes. I was trying to do that in my theater seat the first time I saw that motherfucker. And I don't know if I want to pay to have that feeling again. Like, honestly, not even matinee prices. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would only if I manage to actually go see all of this shit in the theater, it's going to be all matinees. There is no fucking way I'm going in prime for that shit. I can't afford that crap. I don't have a goddamn job. Ugh. Well, not a regular ass job anyway. It's cool and all, but it's a clear cash grab. Oh, yeah. It is definitely a cash grab. There's no way it's not a cash grab. But at least it's a Spider-Man cash grab and not a cash grab for something shitty. It's something that actually has a chance of working. Because we're actually going to get good Spider-Man content for us to enjoy now in a theater. Because Sony isn't providing that shit by themselves. The last time Sony provided a good Spider-Man content by themselves was The Amazing Spider-Man 2, and that wasn't even that good. That's why they didn't give them an Amazing Spider-Man 3. You want to see Spider-Man? Oh, yes. Toby 2 in theaters. That was fucking epic. Like, I have seen... Actually, I don't think I saw Homecoming. Did I see Homecoming in theaters? No, I have seen all of these in theaters. Once. Wait. Maybe not Amazing 2. No. No, I did. Nope. I've seen all these in theaters once. And I want to see all of them in theaters again, except probably Toby 3. But yeah, no, it's definitely a cash grab, but it's one of the best cash grabs I've seen in a while. For a shizzer. So. Let me tell me you're not going to fucking go see at least a couple of those. You know you're gonna. You're going to let them grab your cash. They're going to get some of my cash. But yeah, cash grab or not, for me, I think it's dupe. My son-in-law thinks it's dope because he's a bigger Spider-Man fan than I am. I showed him that one tweet, and he's like, "Fuck yeah!" Might see No Way Home again. Aw, dude, you got to go see Toby 2 again, though. That's like the best one of those three, and probably top 2 of all 9. Pay for 8 theater tickets or get the DVDs out. Difficult choice. I mean, completely valid. Completely valid. Yeah, Ooh, The Amazing Spider-Man is the same weekend as the re-release of Phantom Menace. Well, that one loses, especially if they're only out for a week each, because I don't know if it's literally they're each only going to be out for a week or what. I haven't seen anything about that. I don't think you realize how done I am with Sony right now. Oh, I mean, I definitely wouldn't blame you for, like, if they put out something new, but, you know, we already know Toby 1 and 2 is good. We already know the Holland shit's pretty good. We know at least Andrew 1 is good. So... I don't know. I'm allowing them to sucker me into giving them a little bit of cash for, like, guaranteed good Spider-Man content. I'll be that sucker. Black out the living room, set up the projector with the surround sound up to max. I mean, yeah. Of course, I don't have a projector, and technically, I don't have a living room since I'm living with other people. So, not really an option for me. Rob says, they ruined a good opportunity to capitalize on girls age 14 and up. My daughter didn't even want to see it. Well, Maya's a very discerning young lady, so that doesn't surprise me in the slightest. I mean, she's naturally smart, and you've given her good info as she's grown up. She knows. I mean, outside of liking the sequels, but, you know, she's young. It'll be okay. Just says, I'm more talking about the Dakota part. Either way, yeah, no. Maybe not Max want to keep the hearing. It'll come back, you know, sometime tomorrow or sometime the day after you do that. Oh yeah, that movie definitely was. That movie should have Pascal should have given that movie the Zaz laugh treatment. Just done. Into digital hell. So where that motherfucker should have gone. Cool. All right. Still got a couple other things I want to talk about this evening. So, it is time for the usual bladder break. So I need y'all to bear with me for a couple minutes. Please don't leave. And we will get back to other fun topics upon my return. Sorry, I didn't mean to blast you there. Please don't leave. Try and move my chair my whole goddamn. Okay. All right, there we go. No, that was a yeah. We're good. We're good. I'm gonna have to fix that shit later. All right. Yes, thank you. I know. Do. Okay. Anyway. Nope, we're good to go now. So, yeah, I'm going to fix that after stream. That's nothing I can deal with right now, but it's something that can also be avoided as an issue for the remainder of the evening. Okay, so something else that happened this week. There's a bit of a kerfluffle on the social medias because of something that was said by one Zack Snyder on the Joe Rogan Experience. So, now on the surface, I will agree it was fairly controversial. Just what I saw on the TwitX, I was like, no, bad Zack Snyder, no. But then I actually watched the interview and got the full context of the piece, and surprise, once I got the full context, it wasn't that bad. Imagine that. Anyway, so I think I'm pretty close to where that part happened in the podcast, but we're going to see here, so bear with me if we got to do a little, pause the music there. Where's my headphones? Do a wee bit of exploring here, we may have to. Do. All right. Oop. Unmute that.
Man was real and he's American. I said that God was real and he's American. And if that doesn't give you like religious like fear, and, like you're not, then you're just not human. Like you gotta like, it's okay. It's okay to be scared.
Right.
Because it's fucking scary.
Yeah, he's real.
Yeah, it's a scary thing.
It's a very scary thing, but it's
all cool.
But when you have these ideas and you have all this work and then it comes together, I mean, there's got to be
push you. You know, like it's like a wave, you know, and you can feel it. That's how it is, you know. For me, it's such a long process, you know. It's not some of them are 3 hours, so it's much.
No, you're talking Rebel Moon there.
Got to learn, you know. He's got to like. These are the like Joseph Campbellian parts of his journey. Mm-hmm. So anyway, but that's kind of what. It's cool because, you know, I'm always the hugest fan of heavy metal. I think it's like the fucking cool. It was the coolest thing.
Heavy metal is amazing.
It's like it always like made me. It kind of broke me for comics a little bit because, you know, it was always like super sexy and super violent, and so you'd get a normal comic and be like,
wow, no chapter markers, Joe Rogan.
Fuck me up. That pad is trying to fuck me up.
The thing about the delayed satisfaction, though, is that
is like thing to say, like, you know, like he doesn't, like, you know what I mean? It's like you really realize in the face of a god, like he does. I've walked across the surface of the sun. Yeah. You know, he's like, I don't. It's interesting because, like, you know, I think one of the things that we, after Justice League, I think one of the things that we really, as a group, as a family, anyway, you know, because I lost my daughter over that. You know, once you know, at the post side of Justice League, I lost my daughter to suicide, and you know, I left the movie famously, and then the movie went on, and then later we were able to, like, you know, finish the movie sort of in the way that we had always hoped. And I think the thing is that, like, the thing that I kind of
later quest
sort of come back to when I look at that and when I look at the movies is, like, you know, they're these markers. The movies are really these markers of time that we, even though they sort of transcend time weirdly, they exist beyond the time they were fans, and our connection to like that cause by the money that those kids raise. Fear, then like then you're just not human. Like you gotta like, it's okay. It's okay to be scared.
Right.
Because it's fucking that I felt like is that Man of Steel is the movie that people will come up to me and 90 million starts, or 90 million accounts said turned it on.
Yeah,
but like
put it on TV.
And like, will be.
You're talking about Rebel Moon. God damn it.
Right now.
What does that mean?
I don't know. No one does.
Mature audiences?
Yeah, like any TV show that's not, because like in TV, the cool thing about TV is they have TV 14, and then it goes to TV.
Where's your damn Batman comments, bro? You're killing me.
Yeah, and I think that's true of all the director's cuts that I've done, is that it's just a glimpse into the wild. Obviously, something kept me awake for
something. The feeling.
And I think it was drawing. It's writing as well. I'll change the script. I'll do whatever. I'll be like, no, because that doesn't make sense.
All right.
But when I see it.
I thought I had a lockdown. My bad. Have a good night, Quest. So. Oops. I didn't even mean to do that. But oh well. Music. Basically, Snyder was talking about himself being a fan of, deconstructing genre and characters and all that kind of fun stuff. And of course, when diehard Batman fans are like, Batman cannot kill, he freely admits his natural response is like, why? He's like, the second I hear that, I want to put him in a no-win situation where he'll have to. And of course, that sentiment is when the TwitX blew the fuck up, because that part is all that was really quoted initially. It wasn't until, and of course, I was like, love you, Zach, but no, naughty, bad Zach. But then I went into the interview and actually watched it. And what was not included in all the kerfluffle is what he said after that, which was, and I'm paraphrasing, to the effect of, I want to put him in that situation, a no-win situation. See, that's the mistaken sentiment, because he's not trying to turn Batman into Punisher. He wants to put Batman in a no-win situation, similar to how Frank Miller did a few times in The Dark Knight Returns. And, but yet have him come out the other side still believing in trying to preserve life whenever possible, but finally accepting the fact that it's not always possible, or occasionally even practical. But definitely not trying to turn him into Frank Castle. He never talked about going anywhere near that far. But rather than always giving Batman an out, he wants to take the character into a place where he doesn't necessarily have an out, and then see how he gets out the other side, but knowing he will get out the other side. That's the angle he was talking about taking with it. So no, not turning him into Punisher, but a lot of people were taking it that way, though. Rob says, I always like when heroes are humanized, having to cope with the weight of their choices. Adaptations that explore the heroes in that way always hooks me. Oh, yeah, he mentioned Kobayashi Maru's situation. Exactly. See, Kirk didn't even accept that. He went in and reprogrammed that motherfucker. You know? But whether you want to accept it or not, there's always the potential for a no-win situation where you're going to have to do something you don't want to fucking do. The entire Saw franchise is built on a no-win situation. or at least a what'll feel like a no-win situation, even though like technically doing whatever nastiness you have to do to yourself to survive is winning, but it's close. But yeah, so a lot of people took that as he was trying to turn the Batman into the Punisher because they were only going off what was posted rather than actually going into the interview and getting the full context, which, holy shit, completely changes it. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. I freely admit, I saw the TwitX quote, and I immediately reacted like, love you, Zach, but no. Had he not died, imagine that PTSD. Who? Not died. But yeah, so I mean, don't get me wrong. If he was talking about like like you said, trying to turn Batman into the Punisher, that would be a read the previous line. I'm still lost. Just tell me what the hell you're talking about like I'm 4, please, because I need that right now, evidently. So, yeah, like I said, I reacted like most people did. Like, bad Zach. No. Bad director. Oh, Tony Stark killed thousands to save trillions. Yes. Where the hell did you type that at? I might have missed that one when the stream blinked. But yes, he did. Are you talking about when he blew up the Chitauri mothership? Because, yeah, there's probably thousands of Chitauri in that motherfucker to save the trillions here on Earth. Or are you talking about when he snapped Thanos into oblivion after Thanos' snap? Hi, Laura. Thank you. After Thanos' snap got reversed and the snap. Okay, yeah. Yep, he definitely killed thousands of Thanos and his things in order to save trillions in the universe as a whole. That is for sheezy. And if you think about it, I mean, watch Batman movies. Like, on a whim earlier this week, I rewatched the Keaton Batman. I mean, he wasn't out running around Punisher style, but, if he committed an action and some thugs happened to expire, it was never brought up, but you saw it happen. He had Keaton's Batman had a bit of a body count in Batman. So, and he's not the only one. I mean, famously at the end of Batman Begins, he didn't kill Ra's al Ghul. He didn't save him either, but man, that's a technicality that's not supported by any existing law. You're still guilty of second-degree murder at that point. So, Batman kills. Batman has been killing for at least most of the modern era. Or at least the era covered by my presence on this globe. There's an uproar from fanboys after Batman Returns when Batman puts the bomb on the... oh, yeah. Yeah. So... I mean, do I think the Batman should ever be taken as far as the Punisher? No. Do I think it's ridiculous that people freak the fuck out anytime the subject of Batman causing a death is brought up? That's also that's fucking silly. Because in print and on screen, he has caused death more than once. So, yeah, this is one of those situations where on the surface it's like, come on, Zach, but when you actually get down into what was really said and what was really going through his mind, it's more like, okay, yeah, you're pushing it, but these fanboys also need to chill the fuck out just a bit. Because you're not talking about going as far as the somewhat out of context quote made it seem. So, yeah. Snyder did the xenophobic Bruce Wayne really good. He just tripped and flopped the landing. You talking about at the end of BVS? Yeah, kind of. In Titans, Batman kills Joker when he's tricked to think Jason Todd was killed by Joker. But Jason Todd was killed by Joker. Or is that in a different Batman line? But that's... Are you talking about Death in the Family? Jason Todd was killed by Joker, and then I think he was brought back in the Lazarus Pit, right? By the daughter of Ra's al Ghul, also the mother of Damian Wayne. Correct me if I'm wrong, pretty please. Are you talking about Teen Titans? I could totally be misremembering. I might be mixing some shit up. It would not surprise me. Not not in the slightest. Yeah, Lazarus Pit we used. Okay. Oh, is Titans an anime? Maybe I'll have to watch that shit. Is that on Max? By the way, if James Gunn does not see that fucking pitch for the animated Batman Beyond and then do it, he's an idiot. That's a story from like 2 weeks ago, but all this Batman talk in the Lazarus Pit and all that shit, just live action Titans. Okay. Is that on CW or something? Oh, it's on Max? Okay. Oh, I think I've heard actually good things about that show now that you mention it. So yeah, it sounds like they're adapting a bit of A Death in the Family. That's what it definitely sounds like for sure. For sure. Oh, okay, so it was originally an HBO show, but yeah, of course, now it's streaming on Max. That only makes sense. Whoops. Get one more thing pulled up here. Boop, 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 boop. Who had it first? I think Collider had it first. We'll go with this one. Well, bam. Okay, yeah. This is good. All right, so where was Bob? Oh, yes. Bob was speaking at a conference at the beginning of this week. Bob Iger, I should say. And turns out he's already been, hey, Palpatine. How you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Hit the like button, pretty please. By the way, if anyone else has not yet done so, please hit that thumb. Hit that thumb. Hit that thumb. Yeah. So this, when it says this afternoon, 4 days ago, says like Tuesday-ish, is when this article was published. And it says the following. Disney chief Bob Iger has been speaking this afternoon at a conference hosted by Morgan Stanley in San Francisco, the Bay. Sorry, I love E40 and Too Short, so like, you start talking about the Bay, I'm like, the Bay. Where he opened up on his efforts to improve the film business at the company after a fiscally and critically mixed year. Well, that's a polite way of putting they lost a lot of money because they put out a bunch of bullshit. Anyway, part of that has involved, Iger revealed, quietly canceling projects that Disney felt were not going to be worth the effort in the long run and attempting to place more solid bets. Iger was quick to add that he was spending a lot of time collaborating with creative forces on the projects, giving honest and fair feedback and attempting to engage with them in as respectful a process as possible. Wow, that's not corporate speak at all. But admitted that sometimes, even though you started work on some things, it doesn't mean you're obligated to finish it if you know it won't meet high standards. I mean, you really can't argue with that too much. You have to kill things you no longer believe in, and that's not easy in this business because either you've gotten started, you have sunk some costs, or it's a relationship with either your employees or with the creative community, Iger said. It's not an easy thing, but you got to make those tough calls. We've actually made those tough calls. We've not been that public about it, but we've killed a few projects already that we just didn't feel were strong enough. And oh, what I wouldn't give for an official list of that. And if one of you knows about one, please feel free to let me know. Post a link in the chat or in the Discord or something. Let me know somehow, some way, because I would love to see that shit and talk about it with you guys. Iger made the argument that viewers were not suffering from fatigue from superhero films or franchises in general. After all, Marvel had an unprecedented run of success between Iron Man and Spider-Man No Way Home. Iger offered the alternate viewpoint that, regardless of genre, the audience will respond to good films. He countered by noting that by reducing the amount of projects they greenlight, they can focus more on quality rather than quantity. He explained. These are Iger's words now. A lot of people think it's audience fatigue. It's not audience fatigue. They want great films. And if you build it great, they will come, and there are countless examples of that. Some are ours, and some are others. Oppenheimer is a perfect example of that. Just a fantastic film. Focus is really important. We reduce the output of Marvel, both number of films they make and the number of TV shows, and that really becomes critical, but I feel good about the team. I feel good about the IP we're making. I talked about a lot of the projects. We look years ahead, really, and it's iterative. Not only do you look at the films you're making, you look at every part of that process, who the directors are, who's being cast, reading scripts. I personally watch films 3 to 5 times with the team and just create a culture of excellence and respect, which is really important with the creative community, he added. And again, the track record speaks for itself. Disney's upcoming slate will include sequels to Inside Out and Moana, as well as a new Planet of the Apes project, which he touted as one of the better films in the series, as well as Deadpool and Wolverine, which Iger believes will be one of the biggest movies Disney has had in years. Deadpool and Wolverine will hit theaters this summer on July 26, 2024. Blah, Studio Collider, blah, 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 blah. Boom. He's right. Yes. Yeah. I've been saying that myself for quite a long time. It's not Marvel fatigue. It's not superhero fatigue. It's mid to butthole content fatigue. And it doesn't matter what genre you're involved in. If you put out a whole bunch of midi to pooey projects like in a row, then people are going to get sick of that shit. No matter how popular it was beforehand. It's just the fucking way it is. Losing 150 pounds in damn Brits. Losing 150 pounds in share value and like a dozen big budget movie flops over the last few years is a bit of an understatement. It is what everyone has been saying. Yes, true. And yeah, that is, well, of course Iger is going to use understatement. I mean, he's not going to, he's not going to sit up there and fucking cuss out his own company, but, I mean, even saying what he said is, in corporate speak, a fairly big admission. So, I don't think we'll ever hear what we really want to hear is like, yeah, we've been fucking up and we got to fix this shit, and that's what we're going to do. And here's the projects we're going to do it with, and here's what's coming up, and here's what we're getting rid of, and, we'll never get that kind of shit. We should. If they wish to reinstill confidence in the audience, a little bit of transparency would go a long way. At least, in my opinion, that is the case. But yeah, I totally agree that it's not genre fatigue. It's booty hole content fatigue. Like the amount of booty hole content fatigue that makes even something that's not that bad seem like way shittier than it is. Like, honestly, The Marvels was not a bad movie. It was not a good movie, but it was not a bad movie. It was even fun. It was entertaining. It was definitely not a big old steaming pile of shit. The reason it got the box office of a big old steaming pile of shit is because of all the shit that came before it that rolled downhill and landed on top of it. I can see Iger rubbing his forehead saying, but explain the singing part to me again. Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure that one was already kind of done as done as it was going to get before, he really started getting all up in some shit. That was probably the last of it. It's a lot of the reason we're only getting Deadpool this year from actual Marvel Studios. Hi, buddy. Like a random sandworm in Star Wars. Oh, everyone gets the Cyclops. Y'all enjoy my cat's butthole? No, my cords are already messed up enough as it is, big fella. Ugh. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Okay, now get out. Oh, yeah. I got a new hat. I can't wear it because I don't have the correct lighting to wear a hat on stream. I mean, a lot of people would probably say that did improve the view, but $10. Yeah. But yeah, Iger's correct. Stopping trying to make every project under the sun, because the more shit you make, the more spread out your resources get, and the crappier it all gets. That's just, common fucking sense. That he's only recently now gained because he was the one that was pushing for all this original content in the first place back in 2019 before he even retired. So he's out here talking like, this is Marvel. No, motherfucker, you're cleaning up your own mess, and we all know it. I don't know why no one's taking him to task over it, but we know. We know. This was the mess that you created, and then now you're cleaning up because you're like, oh, motherfucker, if I don't fix this, my legacy is shot. Well, let's face it. If you've got the ego to be a CEO, you've got the ego to worry about your legacy. That's just the way that shit goes. Yeah. Any further thoughts on Iger getting in there and canceling stuff without making a big deal about it? But I would love to know if some of the shit I think he should cancel has actually been canceled. Without going on a full rant about that. Oh, look who's back. Please don't show everyone your butthole again. Don't sit on my keyboard. You can sit there. Put your butt down. Here, come on, get in my lap. Get in my lap. Thank you. All the way. All right, there we go. Kitty in the lap. He needs to focus that energy on Star Wars. Yes, he does. But recall, he part of his comment was focusing his energy on the strong stuff. And obviously, if he's focusing it more on Marvel than Star Wars right now, he knows what we all know, and that is Marvel is in a much better position to be strong again than Star Wars is. And I honestly can't blame him for wanting to fix Marvel before Star Wars because, one, that's going to be a faster process. And two, it'll still be even more money-making process. Marvel makes more than Star Wars anyway, so he's got multiple reasons to fix Marvel before he fixes Star Wars. Now, once he gets Marvel kind of where he wants it, he definitely does need to... Whoop, buddy. Okay. I'm sorry. I love you. Daddy loves you so very much, but you need to be down. But yeah, once he gets Marvel where he, where it should be, he definitely needs to go. Your turn now, Kathy. Or say Bob's over here. Or I mean, Kevin. So we're good with Kevin now. We got Marvel good. Madam Kennedy. You're next. But yes, he does need to get a lot of energy on Star Wars too, but I guarantee he's going to fix. He's much less worried about Star Wars than he is Marvel right now. As much as I would prefer him to be splitting his energy between the two. What I'm interested in seeing is if Kathy's actually going to leave this, I believe it's fall when her contract expires this year, or if we're going to get news of an extension sometime this summer. That's another reason why he might not be fucking around with Star Wars. He might know, maybe, pure speculation, but if he's concentrating exclusively on Marvel right now, it's because he might consider spending energy on Star Wars a waste of time, because anything he spends the next few months fucking with Kathy about, he's just going to have to fuck with her replacement about all over again. Stanley says, quality over quantity is always the best way. Take your time, stop, think, and get prepared. Those reshoots are costing Disney loads. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure Bob's probably a little bit sick of the tried and true Marvel method of, oh, we'll fix it in post. We'll fix it in post. It'll be all right. We'll fix it in post. We'll fix it in post. Yeah, he's probably a little bit over that one by now. I can very much see that being the case. I really hope that is why he's ignoring Star Wars for the moment, though, is because he doesn't want to have to repeat himself to Kathy's replacement, because she is going to leave at the end of her contract, and holy shit. And don't think just because Josh isn't on Nerd Theory anymore that I still don't have fucking the Nerd and Theory bang, or the Theory and Josh Bangers tune She Gone queued up and ready to twerk to when that bitch finally gone. I said I'm going to do it, and I'm going to fucking do it. So prepare yourselves for that ass. The first stream after She Gone. You know, just for shits and giggles. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Just to refresh y'all's memory, if you've not heard this yet. This is such a fun little tune. Oh, exactly, dude. Flying all over the camera. Oops, that's not it. That's not it. It's the wrong one. It's that one. Okay, turn the... That always runs a little quiet. Oop, probably there. We'll go with that one.
Looks like it's just you and me. Hope y'all have been having a real good Monday evening. And I'm just here to bring you a message of positivity and self-affirmation. Ain't no thing, ain't no problem. That all has to do with Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny coming out. Oh, shit. It might be the end of the road for Kathy. Oh, hell yeah, man. Because I think if it bombs, she gone!
She gone!
She gone! If it bombs, she gone! She's gone! She's gone! She's gone! She gone! She gone!
All right, there's another minute and a half to that song, but, you know, y'all get the picture. And that was just, like, when Josh was still on Nerd Theory, this was just some dude that was in the chat. He's like, hey, it was a different tune he made about them before. Yeah, but then he's like, oh, hey, I got another one for you, and it was that one. and he played it for him, or they played it, and it's actually a really fucking good beat. So, but yeah, that's what I'll be shaking what my mama gave me to when Kathy actually is gone. Yes, sir. Okay. We have one final thing to talk about, and unfortunately, it's a sad thing. And that is the news of the passing of probably the greatest to ever do it, at least to this point. The creator of Dragon Ball and various other manga and anime, Akira Toriyama. Now, his death was announced on the 8th, but he actually passed on the 1st of March of this year. His family, I guess it's easier to do in Japan. His family kept it completely quiet, and so they could do everything privately without, all the hullabaloo that would go with, the news of the passing of someone of his stature. So, they did everything they needed to do as a family, and then they actually announced his passing on the 8th. Now, I am not an anime person. I am, however, quite cognizant of the impact that Dragon Ball Z has had, not just here in the US, but like world fucking wide. Like, Dragon Ball Z is ginormous worldwide. Like, it has been reported that Mexican cartels or South American drug cartels, I don't know if it's specifically Mexican or Colombian or what have you, but cartels were literally calling truces out of respect for the passing of Toriyama, because evidently anime is big in the cartels. Who fucking knew? That's probably one of the most wild examples one could see of the global impact of Dragon Ball, but there you fucking go. So yeah, the global impact of Dragon Ball and Akira Toriyama to both manga and anime is not lost on me at all. I'm kind of depressed. My son-in-law had to work tonight because he is a big anime guy. He is a big Dragon Ball guy. And I would have been more than happy to share the mic with him and have him pass along, his thoughts and feelings and on the subject. But like I said, while I'm not a Dragon Ball guy or an anime guy really, or a manga guy really, although I probably should be, especially since the quality of, Western stuff is not as high as manga right now. Manga's fucking exploding right now. It's crazy. Anyway, but yeah, so what do you guys think? How into anime are you guys that are hanging out right now? Were you into Dragon Ball? Were you into anime but not necessarily Dragon Ball? Were you more of a Naruto or what have you fan? Are you more like me, not really anime, but respect the fucking game? Once respect is earned, it is reciprocated in strange ways. Yes. Or if you're referring to the cartels taking a break just because of the passing of Toriyama, yes. That shit wild as fuck. It's wild as fuck on multiple levels. Anybody got any thoughts they want to share on that? Or on anything else, since that's the last thing I actually had planned to speak on this evening? Let me know in the chat what you got on your brains. I wish to know, and I also wish for the engagement. Rob, yes, here we go. I'm an OG anime fan. Akira, Vampire Hunter D, etc. Dragon Ball is just a perfect mix of childhood and Rambo. Yeah? I could... That's a cool description. It always gets silly when the original creators sell to production companies. What? You're acting like there's like some kind of recent example of that. Lucasfilm. Right at you, Lucasfilm. Right at you. Yeah, I don't know why you'd say that, Rob. No clue. Dragon Ball did inspire some bitchin' anime music videos. Nice. There's a Vegeta video to Beyonce. Slapped. Okay. I was not aware, but that's cool. Stanley says, I've watched a few episodes of Dragon Ball Z years ago, was more into Cowboy Bebop and Avatar The Last Airbender. I've heard good things about Cowboy Bebop, too. I have heard that is a good one. Rob says Bebop is awesome. Brady. Yo, my girl and I just got back from the local Comic-Con. Sick, dude. How was it? If you have not yet joined my Discord and are willing to, please do so and post said pictures, because that would be dope. Pictures of Comic-Cons are always welcome in my Discord. That way the rest of us can live vicariously through you lucky motherfuckers. Also got into Trigun and Helsing, Rob says. Yeah, see, now you're into shit that I had, that, like, I may have heard you mention in passing. Because, like I said at the beginning, not an anime guy. Not old anime, not, you know, recent-ish anime, not new anime, none of it. Like, I've tried it a few times. I haven't been able to find the one that grabs me yet. I mean, there's so much fucking anime out there. I'm sure there's one I'm going to be like, that's my shit. I just haven't found it yet. And I admittedly have not spent a lot of time searching. I mean, let's be real. I've not spent much time searching, okay? I haven't. But I am hoping that once I do get into more of a searching mood, that I find one that goes, "Ha, you are mine now." Bree says it was great. When we came back to the car, it had been broken into, so that's shitty. What the fuck? But overall, the con was awesome. So many nerdy people and vibes. Yeah. But damn, are you missing too much? Did you lose valuables? Like personal valuables, the radio? Like, anything? Like, what happened? How bad was it? Watch Those That Hunt Elves. It's hysterical. Right up your alley. Okay. Do you know where I might find that? So that I may check that out. That does suck about the car. So yeah, how bad was it? Just like a smashed window and some stuff, or like, did you have awesome rims and all that shit gone, or you'll find a way? Cool. Oh, I'm sure I could find a way too. I just wanted to know if they didn't even steal anything. They just tried to start it and failed. Oh, was your ignition all fucked up? Smashed rear window. Damn. Did they fuck your ignition all up, or what? Were you able to start it and drive off? Yeah, I'm being nosy as fuck. If you want me to stop, please just tell me to fuck off. I don't want to talk about it, but, I'm also curious. Yeah, that's some bullshit, bro. I mean, do you have like a dope ride? What are you pushing? Like, I'm only pushing a 2017 Ford Focus sedan. Steering column was messed up, but got it home. Good. Is a Hyundai? Okay. I got to question the level of thief on that one. Well, for multiple reasons. I was about to adjust it to be like, I don't know if I can even call him a thief because he didn't actually steal anything. He just broke a window and fucked up your steering column. I mean, not that any of that's cool, but he's a very unsuccessful thief. But yeah, why choose a Hyundai? On the plus side, you're saving having to put the air con on. Oh, yeah, air conditioning. Fucking. I mean, do you even want the air conditioning on in the UK right now? Like, it's March. I know what my weather is like in March. I can only imagine you guys see the sun like twice in March. Ever. For maybe a few minutes at a time. Maybe a stereotypical sentiment and inaccurate. If so, I apologize, but the levels of dampness in the British Isles are well known. Yeah, that is some shit, man. Hope you got good insurance. Do you have good insurance? I mean, you're going to have to make a claim, so it'll go up regardless. That's such bullshit, though. It's like, I mean, it's one thing if it's like, you know, you get in an accident and like you're the one at fault for the accident, like you rear end somebody. I can see them. Free shower. Yeah, no shit. Thanks, y'all. I appreciate the kind words. I'm thankful the car was still there when I came out. Always a bright side. Yeah, I mean, yes, you are still in possession of your car. Damaged as it may be, it is still yours, so that is a good thing. For sure. The fuck was I saying? I really need a light on this side. And I may need it from behind me to counteract this shit where you can't see my temple, but you can see my tapestry. Or I can just switch that one for my Vader tapestry that's over there. That guy. And then maybe I won't have that problem. Never know. Never know. Oh, yeah. Do you have good insurance? Yes, thank you. Yeah, I'm talking about how it's bullshit that, like, if you make a claim when it's not your fault, like in Brady's case, some asshole smashed his window and fucked up his steering column, they shouldn't bump your rates. Now, if you rear end somebody and you make a claim to get your car fixed, okay, yeah, bump your rates. You fucking rear ended somebody. But bumping rates for any claim whatsoever is bullshit. Thank you, Stanley's. But yeah, so I hope you have like good insurance and it doesn't cost you a shit ton out of pocket to get that taken care of. Hope you have a small deductible. Assuming insurance works the same across the pond as it does cheer. All right. Well, like I said, I've covered all my planned topics. Does anybody have anything else they wish to bring up? Questions, thoughts, what have you? Anything at all. Don't matter. Just don't bite it. You're what, bro? Yeah, I'm sure you are. Cleaning the garage is no joke. I've seen your garage. All right, then, chat, lovely people. It's a dipping time, then. So, my undying gratitude to you all for being here, whether you are here live now or have made it through this whole thing on the replay. Thank you for your attention and participation in this stream. And in this channel in general. If you have not done so, I would greatly appreciate it if you would help the channel out by hitting the like button. Obsession never messages me back. Like, I've sent him invites to things more than once, and he never hits me up back. So, no. There'll be 4 of us. It'll be you, myself, Matt, and Scotty. So, you know, it'll be even that way. And if you want me to try and recruit some more people, I will. For sure. However you want to do it is fine with me. But yeah, whether if you have not done so yet, whether live or on the replay, please hit the like button. And also, please hit the subscribe button, especially if you enjoyed yourself and you have not yet done so. And bet you're down either way. All right, cool. And hit that notification bell so you know anytime I drop a video, which I do fairly often. Jesus Christ. Which happens reasonably often-ish. And of course, anytime I go live, which I do every Saturday, as this is, at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I do occasionally hop on when I feel like it, just to BS around while I'm playing my free Dungeons and Dragons version of World of Warcraft. So, but yeah, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and, you know, you'll find this is a very enjoyable community to be in. We're super chill. It's the chillest place on the interweb to get into the nerdiness that we all love. So join us. It's awesome here. We have fun. With all that being said, and once again saying thank you for being here. However you're here. Thank you. Much love to you all. And remember, no matter what else is going on, if you can find a way, there's always a good time to be had when you're chilling in the basement. Love y'all. Peace. Once again, thank you so much. I had a great time with you guys. I think we had a pretty good convo tonight. The ridiculousness of Sony is just beyond the pale. I don't even understand it anymore. I never really did, but it's you know what I mean. Damn it. I will say I did come up with what I believe is a really cool concept for a video. I don't know how long it's going to take me to bring that to fruition, because it'll probably be the most complex video I have done to date. So, but if I can get it to come out how I want it to come out, it's going to be dope as fuck. Guaranteed the dopest thing I've ever done. So, hopefully, I can get that a rocking. But I must repeatedly and constantly express my gratitude to you guys, because it wouldn't be anywhere near as fun to do this without you guys being here, having fun right along with me. So, like, there's no channel without a community. There's just no way that can work. And so your guys' willingness to be part of this little community I'm trying to put together is amazing. So, have a good rest of your night or day, depending on where you're at in the world / weekend. And we will see you next time. Right here in the basement. For yet another good time. Much love, people.